Welcome to the weekly portion of Vayigash, once regular, once with a melody, and then some grammar. Vayigash elav Yehuda, Vayomer bi Adoni, ידבר נא עבדך דבר באוזני אדוני, ואל ייחר אפך בעבדיך, כי כמוך כפרעה. Now with a melody. Vayigash elav Yehuda, Vayomer bi Adoni, ידבר נא עבדך דבר באוזני אדוני, ואל ייחר אפך בעבדיך, כי כמוך כפרעה. Okay, guys, before we dive into the grammar, I want to remind you that next week starts a new year. So happy new year. And for the new year, I want to invite you to join the courses of Hebrew Truth. Specifically, next week, we're starting a book of Ruth group. That would be group number 7 of reading the book of Ruth. Amazing course. Will redefine the way you saw the book and will help you to become better readers of the Hebrew text, of the word in its own word, okay? And I'll be thrilled to have you join the course. So send me a message. I'll leave the link in the description. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. But I hope that there is, but I'm recording it. I'm pre-recording it. I hope I still have some seats available for you. Okay, so going back to the grammar of Vayigash. So what is the root of the verb Vayigash? Surprisingly, the first root letter is actually a nun, but we don't see it. So it's nun, gimel, and shin. Now, the nun assimilates into the following consonant when immediately followed by one. Okay, so instead of something like Vayingash, we get Vayigash. Now, this might sound strange, but we actually have the same phenomenon in English. Think about the in at the beginning of words. So we have incredible, but when followed by L, M, or R, it becomes identical to the following letter. So illegal, illiterate, immortal, immoral, irrational. So all of these examples show how the N tends to assimilate into the following consonant. Sometimes it's reflected in writing, and it changes exactly to the next letter, as we said with illegal, okay? Sometimes we just pronounce it differently, and it doesn't fully become identical to the following letter, but it changes to become more similar to it phonetically. So, for instance, think about how many percent is 10 out of 100, okay? It's 10%, okay? Now, you're not surprised at how I pronounced it. I did not say 10%. I said 10%, which is really an M. I'm saying an M, but we write it as an N. Every English speaker would say 10%. And if you stop and think about it, it's an M. You're pronouncing an M and not an N. Anyway, so that's Vayigash, and the root is Nun, Gimel, and Shin. Yedaber na avdecha davar. Here we have something very common. In Hebrew, it's called the inner object. When the object of the verb, okay, which is davar here, a word, is identical to the root of the verb itself. You can see daled, bet, and resh for the verb, and daled, bet, and resh for the noun, which serves as its object. So yedaber na avdecha davar, and the general tone of this verse is a very servile tone, very polite, extremely careful, cautious, polite, servile, obsequious. Okay, be Adoni, yedaber na avdecha, your servant, my Lord, avdecha, ki chamocha kefar'o. Okay, so there is a very, very servile tone here that is worth noticing, mentioning how he is the servant and Joseph is the master. Also interesting is the third person. He says, Adoni, okay, my Lord, referring to Joseph, okay, as his Lord, and even saying Be'oznei Adoni, in the ears of my Lord, and not in your ears. Okay? And also Al Yichar Apecha Be'avdecha, here already in the second person. So we have a combination, okay, of second person Avdecha Apecha Avdecha Chamocha with my Lord, which is Joseph. So very polite, very cautious tone. Rabbinical literature reverses the whole meaning of it, but that's for a different day. And that's it for this weekly portion.